King Arin, the ruler of the kingdom of Silverleaf, sat on his throne, his mind consumed by the strange occurrences happening across the land. Crops were withering, rivers were drying up, and the once peaceful kingdom was plagued by dark creatures. As he pondered the cause of these troubles, a commotion broke out outside the throne room. The doors burst open, and a young woman, Kira, rushed in. She was a sorceress, known for her exceptional magical abilities. "Your Majesty," Kira said breathlessly, "I've come to warn you of an imminent threat. The Order of the Black Rose, a dark cult, seeks to destroy our kingdom and claim its magic for themselves." King Arin's expression turned grave. He knew the Order was a formidable foe, and their dark magic was a threat to the entire realm. "I need your help," Kira, King Arin said. "Together, we must gather the ancient artifacts needed to defeat the Order and restore balance to our kingdom." Kira nodded, her determination evident. "I'm ready, Your Majesty. Let's embark on this perilous quest." And so, King Arin and Kira set out on their journey, facing countless challenges and dangers along the way. They encountered fierce battles, solved complex puzzles, and discovered hidden secrets. They journeyed deeper into the heart of the Order's territory. They encountered increasingly treacherous terrain. They navigated through dense forests, crossed scorching deserts, and climbed steep mountains. Despite the challenges, they driven by their determination to defeat the Order. Along the way, they gathered more allies, including a group of skilled warriors and a mysterious old wizard. The wizard, who introduced himself as Zephyr, was an expert in ancient magic. He revealed to King Arin and Kira that the Order's power was fueled by a powerful artifact known as the Shadow Stone. The Shadow Stone is a dark crystal of immense power, Zephyr explained. It amplifies the user's magic, allowing them to perform feats of incredible destruction. King Arin's eyes narrowed. "We need to find and destroy the Shadow Stone," he said. Kira nodded in agreement, but it won't be easy. The Order will stop at nothing to protect it. Zephyr smiled grimly. "I can help you with that. I know the location of the Shadow Stone. It's hidden deep within the Order's fortress." King Arin's heart pounded with excitement. They were one step closer to defeating the Order. "Let's do it," he said, his voice firm with determination. And with that, the group set off towards the Order's fortress, ready to face whatever dangers lay ahead. As they approached the fortress, they could feel the dark energy emanating from within. The air grew thick with malevolent intent, and the ground seemed to tremble with evil power. "This is it," Zephyr whispered, his eyes gleaming with a mixture of fear and determination. "The fortress of the Order of the Black Rose. Are you prepared to face what lies within?" King Arin nodded, his hand on the hilt of his sword. "I was born for this," he said. Kira smiled, her eyes flashing with magic. "Then let's do it," she said. Together, the group charged forward, bursting through the fortress gates and into the heart of darkness. The battle raged on, with King Arin, Kira, and Zephyr fighting against the Order's dark warriors. The air was filled with the sound of clashing steel, the smell of smoke and sweat, and the flash of magic. Despite being outnumbered, the trio fought bravely, their skills and teamwork allowing them to hold off the enemy. But Lyra, the leader of the Order, was a formidable foe, and she seemed to have an endless supply of dark magic at her disposal. Just when it seemed like the tide of the battle was turning in Lyra's favor, Kira came up with a plan. She whispered something to Zephyr, who nodded and began to chant in a low voice. The words of the chant seemed to have a profound effect on the Shadow Stone, which began to glow with an intense, pulsating light. Lyra's eyes widened in horror as she realized what was happening. "No," she screamed, but it was too late. The Shadow Stone exploded in a blast of light and energy, destroying Lyra's dark magic and rendering her powerless. The battle was over, and King Arin, Kira, and Zephyr had emerged victorious. But as they stood panting, surveying the aftermath of the battle, they knew that their work was far from over. The kingdom was still in ruins, and it would take time and effort to rebuild. But for now, they had saved the kingdom from destruction. As they caught their breath, King Arin turned to Kira and smiled. "We did it," he said, his eyes shining with pride. "We saved the kingdom." Kira smiled back, her face flushed with excitement. "We make a good team," she said. Zephyr, who had been quietly observing the exchange, cleared his throat. "If I may interrupt," he said, "there is still much work to be done. The kingdom may be saved, but it will take time and effort to rebuild." King Arin nodded, his expression turning serious. "You're right, Zephyr. We have a long road ahead of us." Kira's eyes sparkled with determination. "I'm ready to get started," she said. And with that, the three of them set to work, beginning the long and difficult process of rebuilding the kingdom. As they worked, Kira began to realize the full extent of her powers. She had always known that she was a skilled sorceress, but she had never imagined that she had the ability to wield the ancient magic. With Zephyr's guidance, Kira began to learn more about her powers and how to control them. She spent hours practicing spells and incantations, honing her skills and learning new ones. As she progressed, Kira began to realize that she had a special connection to the ancient magic. She could feel its power coursing through her veins, guiding her and directing her. With this newfound understanding, Kira's abilities grew stronger and more precise. She was able to perform feats of magic that she had never thought possible. And as she stood before King Arin and Zephyr, her eyes shining with pride and accomplishment, Kira knew that she had truly come into her own as a sorceress. But little did she know, a new challenge was just on the horizon, one that would test her powers and her courage in ways she never thought possible. As Kira's powers continued to grow, she began to sense a darkness stirring in the depths of the kingdom. It was a presence she had never felt before, and it seemed to be watching her, waiting for her to make a move. As Kira's powers continued to grow, she began to sense a darkness stirring in the depths of the kingdom. It was a presence she had never felt before, and it seemed to be watching her, waiting for her to make a move. King Arin and Zephyr noticed the change in Kira's behavior and asked her what was wrong. Kira tried to explain the feeling she had, but she couldn't quite put her finger on it. "I don't know," she said, frustration etched on her face. "It's just a feeling I have. Something is off." Zephyr's expression turned serious. "I think I know what you might be sensing," he said. "There is an ancient evil that has been stirring in the depths of the kingdom. It's a presence that has been dormant for centuries, but it seems to be awakening." King Arin's eyes narrowed. "What kind of evil?" he asked. Zephyr hesitated before answering. "It's a dragon," he said. "A powerful and ancient creature that has been sleeping for centuries. It's said to have the power to destroy entire cities with a single breath." Kira's eyes widened in shock. "A dragon," she repeated. "What do we do?" Zephyr's expression turned grim. "We need to find a way to stop it," he said, "before it's too late." And with that, Kira, King Arin, and Zephyr set out on a perilous quest to stop the ancient dragon and save the kingdom from destruction. They traveled through treacherous mountains and dark forests, facing countless dangers along the way. They encountered fierce battles, solved complex puzzles, and discovered hidden secrets. As they journeyed deeper into the heart of the dragon's territory, they encountered increasingly treacherous terrain. They navigated through lava-filled caves, crossed scorching deserts, and climbed steep cliffs. Despite the challenges, they on, driven by their determination to stop the dragon. Along the way, they gathered more allies, including a group of skilled warriors and a mysterious old wizard. Finally, after many long and difficult days, they reached the dragon's lair. It was a massive cave filled with treasure and guarded by the fierce dragon. Kira, King Arin, and Zephyr stood before the dragon, their hearts pounding with fear and excitement. They knew that this was their final battle, and they were determined to emerge victorious. The dragon roared with fury, its flames burning bright. Kira, King Arin, and Zephyr charged forward, their swords flashing in the dim light. The battle raged on, with the three heroes fighting against the fierce dragon. The air was filled with the sound of clashing steel, the smell of smoke and sweat, and the flash of magic. Despite being outnumbered, the dragon fought bravely, its flames burning bright. But Kira, King Arin, and Zephyr were determined to stop it, and they fought with all their might. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the dragon fell to the ground, defeated. Kira, King Arin, and Zephyr stood victorious, their hearts filled with pride and relief. They had saved the kingdom from destruction, and they had proven themselves to be true heroes. And as they stood before the dragon's lair, they knew that they would always stand together, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead.